So I often get accused that I am creating this drama or civil unrest, whatever we call it, with some of these ex-Scientologists. And it's like, no, I am just reporting things. And I know people just want me to pick teams and be partisan. It's like, okay, if I want to be partisan, I want to be partisan. But I do strive for being not partisan for the most part. If you don't want to believe that, that is fine. But there we go. So I'll try to do some more commentaries on the Jubilee video that is getting some traction. Although, again, if you're trying to study anti-Scientology or Scientology, you're not going to learn very much. It is people just promoting themselves. But I would say Chris Shelton made an effort to at least do something of educational value. And not endorsing everything he does. He does some very suspicious things, but I'd have to say Shelton's section, at least, was semi-coherent. But listening to the other ex-cultists was more interesting to me, right? Because I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and he was apparently part of that cult. Okay, so let me just do a brief factual note on. I'm also going to plug my channels, and please subscribe to those. But yeah, Aaron put an odd video asking for money for some kid severely injured. But knowing Aaron, don't know if anything that this is true. I looked it up. Apparently, it is a real website. But again, I just don't know enough information whether this is a worthy cause. I'm just factually noting that is what one of the recent Aaron videos was. It's not even about Scientology. But now let's get into what he is doing. And apparently, really, it's nothing. So he uploaded a David Miscavige video. That did pretty well. It's like hours and hours of him not doing anything. He just tape recorded it and uploaded it. Okay. He also does this very lazy kind of thing with the other videos. I mean, really, one of the strongest videos was on Zero Dark Tony, even though he said he would never talk about Zero Dark Tony. And then the next video was him crying about Joe Rogan in an old interview. I also do like the art of contradiction because at the beginning, and again, this is the last time I'm going to talk about it, the not Scientology video at all, where he's crying his eyes out. He says this kid was injured only days ago. But with the Joe Rogan video, he's fine. He's not crying at all. Anyway, but Aaron does that a lot, that he gets into these emotional mood swings for the camera and then magically recovers, almost like he's acting. Okay, so, and this is in the shorts. So I don't know why he's burying this, because apparently this is true feelings that he, and again, this has been true for some time, that he hates. He really hates Tony Ortega. And the quick story with him is that Tony, basically his beat has been anti-Scientology. He did work for the Village Voice, which is kind of a hometown paper. I've never grown up in New York, but I've lived near it. So I've seen the Village Voice many times. It's an insane newspaper. So he did stuff for the Village Voice and several other kind of elite publications, mainly on Scientology, but some other topics. So Tony had a discussion apparently with Tori, and Aaron is sticking up for Tori. It's a little confusing. And I do think this is the heart of many problems and issues, that his visceral hate for Tony Ortega, which he's voiced often publicly, he's not quite clear why, especially in his own case, why he's angry with Tony. And his comments, I think, give us a little bit better idea. And again, I'm not trying to shill for my channel members or channel memberships, but I think I can provide more secrets as to why this is the case. I'm just focusing on this controversy, and I'm not clear what Aaron is saying. Granted, I'm never clear, but there we are.
Streets LA? Tori, I'm sorry. I'm not interested in that guy. I don't like the way he's treated my friends. I'm sorry. You know what, Tori? We can talk about it off air. I like him. Who's he treating bad? What did I just say, Tori? Pardon me? I said I'll talk to you about it off air. Hi, guys. How you doing, my dear?
Well, I'll put up the screenshots, but I just want to do the narration to explain, because it's a little confusing with the editing. So, again, I don't think Aaron has a professional editor, so he's clipping Tony. So it seems like a different part of a conversation. I mean, if Aaron's going to do propaganda, he needs to do a better job. So clearly that's taking him out of context. But apparently he's like, doesn't like Streets LA. I don't like Streets LA. Okay, so what is the big thing? I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not taking him seriously, but this is a serious subject. You know, it's like Tony Ortega's Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. Tony Ortega. Okay, just his usual tantrums. Okay, but trying to take this seriously. So Tony Ortega says that Streets LA has treated his friends badly. The only one I can think of is Shelton. Like Chris Shelton had a nasty exchange with Streets LA, and this is all Streets LA. So Shelton invited Streets LA on his channel to talk. And Streets LA had a very nasty response saying, I'm not here to talk. I'm going to burn it all down. You don't understand what I'm doing. You need to shut up. I'm taking over. Okay. By the way, Will did that a while ago. Scientology's still in LA, guys. It's not like it burned down. So he's just being stupid. So anyway, made an offer. Will said no. And there we go. I mean, Shelton clearly doesn't like what Streets LA is up to, but don't know it's because of the rejection or whatever. He does endorse Apostate Alex. And to put it mildly, Aaron does give credit to Apostate Alex for the protest, but still hates him. Doesn't like him. Doesn't promote this protest either. So it's like, so there we go. So then he has a section where this is clearly from Streets' videos where he's terrorizing, harassing a lot of Scientologists. He does terrorize civilians too. To be fair, that's just what he does. He just terrorizes people. So anyway, he does that for his channel, and he has in yellow letters, these friends? So what are you saying? Tony Ortega has secretly Scientology friends, and that's why he hates Streets LA, like he's playing both sides because he's friends with some ex-Scientologists and anti-Scientologists. I don't know. Aaron doesn't say. He just plays the Streets LA video with these friends, and I'm not quite clear what is going on. Again, I'm just noting the basic reality here that, yeah, Shelton and Will had a nasty exchange, which magically, apparently, people have forgotten. So this is Constance, June 2nd. I don't think Will has ever talked about Tony's ex-Scientology friends. He did. The only people I know of he talked about are police, government, Scientology, Danny Masterson supporters, and never in self-proclaimed agents of chaos. I have no idea what that means. So who are Tony's friends? And this is Aaron. Exactly. Tony is lying. Lying about what? You didn't specify. So I'm like, not clear what the hell he's saying. And it continues. This is another one. Who does he think he is speaking to Tori like that? What an absolute Egypt. Don't know what that means at all. And this is Aaron again. Exactly. Disgusting. I'm glad the world has finally gotten a glimpse of how Tony actually treats ex-Scientologist. That's bad grammar. It should be ex-Scientologist. Behind the scenes, I was shocked the first time Tony tried to speak to me that way. This is part of why so many people have cut him off completely. Okay. Well, what is Aaron really saying? That Jenna and him are not going to talk to Tony Ortega. Okay. And that other ex-Scientologists will no longer speak to Tony Ortega. Okay. And, I mean, Aaron could just come out and say, what is the problem? It seems that, because, and this is, by the way, he liked this comment. I'm not going to read that one. We'll get to the gist. Basically, that Ortega is too friendly to Mike Rinder, and Will is not. Which is true. Mike Rinder and Will were not friends. William, I don't think, has ever really praised or said good things about Mike Rinder. He has been very friendly with Jeffrey Augustine and Karen. Isn't that interesting? Also, in terms of Scientology friends, again, I am not really even spilling tea here. To become a channel member, we'll get into it. Yeah, this is the record. Will is friendly with Scientology people. They are his friends. He hasn't denied that. So, one, Aaron is radically misinformed. Because if the attack is, reality is, which he never showed, by the way, let me be very clear. He didn't show this, that Tony Ortega is friends with Scientologists. Therefore, okay. Well, even if that were true, big if, even if that were true, so is Will. Yeah, Will, Streets LA, he's friendly with Scientologists. He's been caught red-handed. He had to admit it. So, what are we concluding? Tony Ortega is a bad guy because he's friends with Scientologists. Okay, but then Will would be a bad guy. But clearly this video is saying, well, Streets LA, good. I like his terrorisms and his drug dealing. It's very good. I like it. It's delicious. Okay. So I'm not clear what the issue is, but he is stating pretty clearly he hates Tony Ortega. And I assume the obvious, he hates Chris Shelton. He said that too many times. Right. But I think the heart of the matter is Aaron kind of gave the whole game away. How dare you talk to me like that, Tony Ortega? Dude, how dare you? Okay, so Tony Ortega did not treat him like the king and bow at his feet. Mind you, this is Aaron, somebody who curses, insults, slanders people in public, yells at them repeatedly in public, even assaults them and throws objects at them. Yes, but he wants to. How dare you? I'm the king. I'm the king Iranus. You dare to talk to me like that? Who the hell do you think you are? I'm the king Iranus. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, I think we should generally try to be respectful of people, but if you're being wildly disrespectful all the time, why does Aaron think he needs to be treated with respect after being disrespectful? I guess magics. He's special. Being an ex-Scientologist, oh, I'm super special. I was so traumatized in my Scientology. Okay, what was the traumatization? Yeah, he never ever specifies what the trauma is. Oh, the disconnection. I'd have to be brutal and say, if Scientology has guaranteed many family members will never see Aaron, well, you got to be honest. I'm not seeing how Scientology did anything wrong. Now, they're not doing it for the right reason, but really, yeah, staying away from Aaron, habitual, abusive, predatory, manipulative con man, not exactly a bad thing. So the only thing he ever specifies that was traumatizing is the disconnection, and they literally gave him like 20,000 warnings. Like said, no, you can do this. Oh, okay. Aaron, you're doing. Oh, okay. So even that one is like very light. It is light core disconnection, and apparently he brags about it. He violates it all the time. So it's like, yeah, guys, disconnection's not a legal thing. Scientology cannot legally prevent you from contacting anyone. It's not how it works. But it is definitely devastating to a few families, but not the Aarons. That's also been factually shown. So, what exactly is the thing? I don't know. And he's burying this in the shorts. So apparently, there you go. That's his real feelings. He and Tony Ortega are sworn enemies. Okay. What exactly is the issue? He's not going to say. Apparently, the video explains everything. But it did. It's just like, okay, so from now on, no friends with Scientology. Okay, got it. But his own allies don't care about that standard. So we're just going around in a big circle that the top leadership of the Aaron cult can do whatever they please. But Aaronis still needs to. I get special respect. I'm King Aaronis. No, you're not King Aaronis. You're not even an Aaronis, frankly. You're just pathetic.